for you to continue, but I did want to also hear from in studio here.
Yes, go ahead.
You know, Chief Jerry. Chief Jerry Chukwueke, how did this news grab you and the transition from a high-ranking government official to naming Mr. Emefiele by name, former governor of Central Bank, and you begin to sort of connect the information you just got that, oh, a public officer, namely Mr. Emefiele, not 100 houses, not 200 houses, not 600 houses, not 700 houses, 753 houses belonging to him have been confiscated. How did that news, it boggles the mind, doesn't it?
Well, of course, yes. And we can look at the bigger picture in all of this. But so far, my understanding is that these housing units and estate under construction was unclaimed as part of an aggressive and rigorous investigation by the EFCC, subject matter in court, and the court gave a ruling after due notice that since nobody's claiming this property, that it must be and is proceeds of criminal activity and must revert to the federal government. Okay. That's my understanding of where we are.
Okay.
Because I believe that the allegation and Mr. Emefiele's case is still in court.
It is.
And I think we have to be a bit careful. But what's important is the assets, this estate, has reverted to the federal government.
It has.
And they are now, the federal government is talking about a transparent auctioning so Nigerians can benefit from this in terms of returning these assets to the common good pool. That's really where we are, in my understanding.
Exactly.
But there's a bigger picture in my view. I think that this is another strong indication of the determination of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to walk through this system and cure every ill possible. I believe that what we're experiencing in not just this, but in many other aspects of what's going on today is this determination to be a legacy president. I believe that. This is my personal opinion. Because after all, what else does he have to prove to anybody but to God, right? He's a successful man. He clearly had vision for Nigeria. And when he had his chance, he's asserting that vision and driving it courageously. So, part of that big picture, in my view, and I commend the gentleman from
the Code of Conduct Bureau.
Code of Conduct Bureau, that the truth is there's a lot more work to be done. Because fighting corruption requires a lot more than reacting to it after it's happened. You got to be now more focused on due process, orientation and sensitization of federal government, ministries, agencies. In addition to that, taking that message and sensitization and orientation to the subnational levels and meaning business with it. So all organs of government, from federal all the way down to subnationals, understand that this fight is for real.
Indeed.
And in fact, having conversations about technology, how you deploy technology in due processing, in revenue mobilization, in fact plugging the holes. The strategic way of fighting corruption is to prevent as much of it as possible from occurring.
Indeed.
And that's the angle I think is even more critical, because this is what the eyes can see. There's a lot the eyes can't see.
That is.
And what we want to do, and that's what I believe this government must continue to focus on, is how we plug the holes across the board. And let me finish, if I may. Look at the ripple effect of the efforts with regards to plugging the holes. It was written in a report that Lagos State government, where we are, is now headed towards over ₦1 trillion in this budget year in internally generated revenue. Can you beat that? It's all because the holes are being plugged with technology and due process and expanding the revenue net. The Federal Capital Territory, under the federal, under the former governor of Rivers State, is also doing very well.
Minister Wike.
Minister Wike in revenue mobilization and plugging the holes and expanding the net. In fact, Edo State, many states are on them. So this corruption business and the fight must be a systematic one.
Indeed.
So we're not looking at the one issue.
I hear you.
And ensuring that we keep plugging the holes, more so when we're now going to be revenue challenged. Look at the budget. Look at our one-dimensional economy. It's all about crude sales. Look at the price of crude today. It means there'll be less revenue accruing as a consequence of crude oil sales. And by the time this government continues to meet our obligations, they've paid off the IMF, that's a great one. They are meeting forward sales obligations, that's great. They continue to build up the reserves to meet the demands of exchange rate and so on and stabilization, that's very good. Now on the internal side, how we take this fight and focus on preventing, deploying technology, due process across the strata of government will be the key for the future. That's what I believe it's happening, and this is just a one focus, in my view, on it.
You know, thank you. Honorable EJ, just as Chief Jerry is saying here, we saw the pictures there